nothing to measure, all for pleasure, naturally given, for passion so driven. Thank God it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. We waited all week until Friday is here.
It's Friday. Let's vibe into the weekend. Welcome to the next Freestyle Friday episode. I'm really happy you're here with me. If you like this podcast, please subscribe to never miss any future episodes. Also, let me your thoughts in the comments for all of us to connect and share with each other, because we all can learn from each other. And that's what this podcast is for. This is a podcast for mind and soul. So the topic of today is inspired by Juice Wrld. If you're from the States, you probably know Juice Wrld as an artist, maybe even if you're from around the world. Juice Wrld really connected on a deep level with his fans. Unfortunately, he died. Rest in peace, Juice Wrld. And I was recently watching him. After he died, I understood that his crew put all the scenes together, but it was from the time before. And you really see behind the scenes what kind of person he was, how he was naturally flowing with the lyrics, expressing himself, but also what kind of struggles or feelings he dealt with, and his life and how he basically handled it for himself. And for me, honestly, this touched me a lot. And afterwards, I directly went into my home studio to create this freestyle of today. It's really dedicated to Juice Wrld, to what he was able to change as he was here. You know, his body, his mind is maybe not here anymore. But thanks to his soul, his real creation, what I believe fulfilled him a lot and helped him a lot, this helped also other people and will always help, because it's perpetual. Yeah, and this sticks with all of us forever. So he was really able to achieve great things during his time here on earth. And I also think for his kind of age, he was really able to do great things. And many people getting older never achieved what he achieved, to change the world to the better, in regards that he helped many people. You also see that he helped to prevent them from suicide and other things through his lyrics, because they felt understood, they felt connected to someone going through the same shit. And I really feel that music is such a key to connect together on a whole other level. And he also said that it was kind of hard for him to share his feeling, how he really felt with his family, and then was kind of judged on that this was hard for him to be basically, declined. If I remember correctly, it wasn't really supported so much to get maybe also help from the outside. And I think he really processed a lot of his pain in his lyrics. But for me, I was just feeling, look, I want to give my best to share what I have learned, to also deal with a lot of thoughts. I'm a thinker, I'm a deep thinker. And this has great sides, but also dark sides. And I really want to share with you what helps me to take care of myself. So today, inspired by Juice Wrld, I want to share here in this podcast 5 things to take care of yourself. To just share support each other. And how I said, please drop also a comment what helps you, because we can learn from you. And I feel when we share more together and when we really talk more about how we feel, that's also when we're way more in tune with ourselves, because everything starts from the inside. And yeah, why not share that? That's what this podcast is for, next to the music, for the soul, and also to connect for the mind and just be the best versions of ourselves. So the first thing I would like to share with you is mindfulness. Mindfulness helps me a lot to really feel in the moment, because so often we are in the future, we are in the past, but we forget to be in the moment. You feel me? But the moment in reality is all we have, because the past is memory, the future is a secret, but the present is a gift. And I realized I want to enjoy this gift way more. So how can I be in the now and really be mindful? So there are definitely different techniques. You can also look up different ways to feel more mindful. But one big thing is the breath. To really just ask yourself more often, how do I breathe right now? Without judging, just how do I breathe right now? And then also ask yourself, how do I feel right now? Because when we understand better how we really feel in ourselves and give ourselves what we really need, that's also when we stop to try to find it in the outside. Because then you have no consistency. If you're depending on the outside, that's when it's not consistent, because you depend on someone else. When you start to better understand, how do I feel right now? What do I need right now? And also give yourself more of that, and really take the time for breathing exercises. You can do EFT, emotional freedom techniques. You can practice meditation to really feel connected within yourself instead of the outer world. That's where you practice mindfulness, what really, really helps to take care of yourself. Because then, how I said, you're not depending on the outside. You feel yourself and you can give yourself what you need. And you don't need no one else out there to fulfill this need. And then we kind of start to really feel fulfilled with ourselves. So number 2 is hard decisions. To listen more how you feel and less thinking. More feeling, less thinking. To really allow yourself your hard decisions and to go with the joy of your heart. And what helps for that? It helps to do more of what feels good in your heart and less of what doesn't. Also very important. And what also can help, I do that myself, is to have a date with yourself. Once a week, the same day, same time. It helps for a routine that you really do it. Or once a month, however you feel like it, to do something for yourself. It can be something brave to give yourself a new experience, to grow your self-confidence. But it also can be something like reflecting or reading a book or whatever feels good for you, but something for yourself where you are involved and no one else, or you just do something really for yourself. Because everything starts within yourself means you need to make yourself happy and give yourself self-love before you even can love someone else or give that back. You have to fill your cup. So when you fill your cup, that's where you stand somewhere where you can also give away. But when your cup is empty, you can't give that energy away. So you always come first. And that also has to do with hard decisions and really listen to your heart, what you need, what you feel, and what you can do good for yourself. Because you're the most important in your life. If you don't take care of yourself, you can also not take the same care of others. You feel me? Or you take care of others, but you always feel unhappy because you don't take care of yourself. So we don't want to have that. We want to live our life here fulfilled. You feel me? We have one life, so let's use it wise. Number 3 is reflection. Reflection is so important for 2 things. Number 1, to give yourself credit for what you have already achieved. Because so often we feel stuck and we don't give us the credit we deserve because we actually achieved a lot. It's just step by step by step. And some goals, if we look at it honest, we also know we achieved them. But then we just make new goals, new goals, and then you can also feel like I'm slow or I feel I'm stuck or whatever. No, really look at it, be honest, and give yourself credit for what we achieved, what you achieved. Do it. And you will see, you can even write down the months, August, and put it in achievements. And write down achievements. Read it again in September, then you do the same for the next month and so on. And you will see you can achieve way more than you think about when you have your goals in mind, when you also give yourself credit and take your time for it. This is so important. But also reflecting is important to see what are the things I'm not so satisfied with, where do I stand, what do I actually want, who do I want to be, who am I right now, and what can I do different to become this best version of myself or to achieve this goal I would like to achieve. When it didn't work until today, look at it. Look at it honest. What did not work? How it didn't work? Or what can I do different to make it work? Because every single day you can do a new decision. No matter how it was in the past. We have that privilege that every single day we can decide new. So you don't need to depend on the past or also have an excuse on the past. Today you can choose new. It's never too late. And you can choose to become the version or the best version of yourself. It's all about face it. And reflection helps, but for both. For the good things and the things we would like to have different. Don't beat yourself up. I have to tell it myself. We shouldn't be so hard to ourselves. It is important to practice kindness within ourselves, because when we kind to ourselves, we also be kind to others. And let's spread love in this world. We all need love. Yeah, you know, Beatz. All you need is love. Na 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 na. All you need is love. Na 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 na. All you need is love. Love. Na 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 na. Quickly had to sing that because my dad, he loves the Beatles and I grew up with it. So let's go. My third name is even Lucy. And they had a song, Lucy in the Sky, and that's why he wanted to name me after that. Anyway, quick dive away from what I was talking. But that's why I feel reflection is so important. To reflect where we truly stand, what is good, what could be better, not to beat ourselves up. No, to actually get there where we feel fulfilled. You can choose every single day, every single moment for what you want to create. Number 4, forgiveness. That maybe sounds like, oh, how I can forgive someone who did something really bad to me, hurt me. You know, we all have a backpack and I can understand that, but you don't forgive for the other person. That's not the confirmation of that the other person was right or did the right things to you. No, forgiveness is for yourself. That you can let go. Because if you don't forgive, you make the experiences which were maybe wrong or not nice. You make it your own DNA within yourself when you don't forgive. Because if you don't forgive, you have a bad experience. This bad experience sticks with you in the present because you feel it wasn't right, you fight against it. Because always when you fight against something, it gets stronger. It's with you, this feeling. It becomes your DNA because it was a bad experience. And it actually will be your future because you create your future from the now. But what can you do? You can decide it wasn't right, it wasn't nice, but I don't want to take this experience with me in the future and want to actually create and give myself that what this person or this experience couldn't give me. I can give that to myself. And my reaction is how I will go into the future. You are not your experience. You're the reaction to your experience. When you react to it and say, okay, no matter how painful, how hard, how not right this was, I choose new right now. I let this go. I give you your energy back. I take my energy and I decide today to create another future. I decide to forgive you for myself, to let go, to start over, to give myself the life I want to live. So that's what we can do with forgiveness. It's really powerful, and believe me, struggle with a lot of different things and situations and so on and so on. And this step-by-step forgiveness changed my life because you feel liberated. You can enable yourself to liberate yourself because you decide today to let it go and not longer stick with you every single day, because the experience gets even worse when you carry it with you for days, for years, for decades. That's when an experience really takes you over and creates a new DNA. However, no matter how bad it was, to forgive means to let it go. To let it go for yourself. To create your next moments, years, decades the way you want. Because that's your reaction. And that's when you really get back into your flow, into your own energy. And when you can enable yourself to liberate yourself and live the life you desire. You and no one else. Is your life. And instead of holding back to what wasn't good, give yourself the power to create and give yourself what you need for who you want to be. Again, instead of holding to what wasn't good, give yourself what you need, create who you truly want to be. This one is really important and it helps me every single day. And number 5 is acceptance. Acceptance is so important because also there, if you are not accepting certain things, you're fighting against them. Fighting against something means it gets stronger. Fighting for something, that's something different. You feel me? But fighting against something means you're within a fight in yourself. So that's mostly exhausting, takes you energy. You turn around in a circle because every time the same thing makes knock knock, here I am again. Let's make an example. It's like traveling. You travel in a car, you do a road trip, you drive along, let's say the West Coast. And you stop at the most beautiful places. The ones you feel, oh, here I feel love. Here I feel joy. Here I feel good. You know, the feelings, the emotions you truly want to feel. But you don't stop at the places you feel, here I may be a little bit scared. Here I feel anger. I don't know, this makes me angry. Like these emotions these places, you don't stop. You just drive through because you feel more comfortable. But when you think about your emotions, when you stop the car there once where you feel with your emotions stuck, angry, fear, all these emotions, and you just feel like, I don't want to stop the car to let also the emotions inside I don't like to deal with. That's when you push anger away, fear away, insecurity away, and so on and so on. And I understand these are not the most comfortable feelings to feel. Believe me, I know what I'm talking about. Fear is not wavy, but at first you think that way. And then when you stop and you actually open the door and let them in, because they want to be felt, it's for a reason. And you just feel them. In the beginning, it might a little hard to change this also in your mind. But when you start to do it and you feel it, you realize that fear is not even that bad. It maybe just want to protect you. And you also realize your real inner power, that you can transform all the feelings when you allow yourself and accept that they are allowed to be there and you don't push them away. They get stronger and always come back and regularly come back and always want to stick with you when you try to push them away. During when you accept them and say, okay, I also have an open door for you, and not only for love and joy and fun and whatever, all the good things. Because without these bad things or bad emotions, we would call it, we don't really like to feel, without them, the good ones would also not exist. So we have to come to acceptance. And also, when they knock at the door, open it, let them in, accept them, and realize we can feel them. It's not forever. It's just for the right now. And we can transform them, and we will feel love and joy and all that positive feelings again, because our power is so strong and we accept it. When we accept it, we allow us to feel all kinds of feelings, and that's also how we let go of the things we maybe don't prefer and transform it and find our own real power, and that life is here to be felt and nothing is forever, but we can always choose the feelings and create also the feelings we want to feel. But when another feeling is coming between that, listen. It's also like a message. It's important. It's like a message, like stop, open the door. I want to tell you something. Open the door for me, and not just accept it and okay, I accept it, I move on. Open the door and listen. Okay, why am I afraid right now? Why do I feel afraid right now? Or why do I feel that emotion right now? And if you're really looking behind the doors and let it in, that's when you start to understand yourself. Oh, okay, this fear actually just wants to protect myself. And you start to also think deeper and really understand it. And because of that, you're able to let it go and live a whole different life. And I want that for all of us. This podcast is here to support all of us to be the best versions of ourselves. With what we talk, with the music, with everything. So I hope these 5 things to take care of yourself suit you well, help you. Let me know in the comments what you think and what you take with you home from these 5 things. Which one of these 5 things was sticking with you the most to take with you in the future? Let me know in the comments below. And the Freestyle Friday wisdom of today is roll the dice, even if it's twice. Believe in this life. Actually, these are lyrics from my freestyle you're gonna hear right now, dedicated to Juice Wrld. And these lyrics are really about you can decide every second, every moment. Have a nice weekend. Much
Rest in
love.
peace, Juice Wrld. You left so much words, even if it's tragic. You left behind magic, left behind legacy, fighting our enemy. Still you do forever and ever. Juice Wrld legacy, killing our enemy. Connect with us, emotions aren't sus, we all energy. He created synergy, that's why we exist. Don't miss, get together, know that we matter. Let's help and give, know for what we live. Learn how to heal better, how we feel. Let the demons free, understand our need. People getting lit, don't know how to handle certain shit.
So loud, that's how we feel most loud. We don't know how to do anymore, we don't know how to do anymore. We feel the pain inside, we don't know how to act with our pride.
We don't know how to act with our pride. With all these feelings deep inside, all these thoughts, feel these nuts destroying, so annoying. Don't wanna fall apart. Listen to our heart is smart. Connect the dots, despite the thoughts in our mind, but we strive. Build a team for the dream.
We roll the dice, even if it's twice. Even if it's twice, we roll the dice. Even if it's twice, we roll the dice. Roll the dice, even if it's twice.